The mirror doesn't lie, and neither does your body. That stubborn belly fat that refuses to go away is not a willpower problem. It's not a motivation problem. And it's not because you're lazy. Millions of people eat clean every day. They walk, they work out, they drink water, they try hard, yet the belly stays. The waistline doesn't move. The clothes fit the same. And the frustration grows quietly. What most people don't know is that belly fat follows different rules than the rest of the body. It responds to hormones before it responds to workouts. It listens to stress before it listens to calories. It reacts to sleep before it reacts to diets. This is why long workouts fail. This is why crunches fail. This is why extreme diets fail. The body protects belly fat as a survival reserve, not as a cosmetic issue. And if you don't change the signals your body receives, it will not release it. That is the hidden truth no one explains. Not in gyms, not in diet plans, not in most health videos. In this video, you will learn why your belly fat is biologically programmed to resist change, even when you are doing everything right. You will understand the real reasons it stays stuck, including how stress hormones trap fat around your waist, how poor sleep blocks fat-burning signals, how insulin patterns decide where fat is stored, and how your metabolism adapts to repeated dieting in ways that slow progress instead of helping it. This is not about eating less. It is not about training harder. It is about correcting the internal signals that control fat storage. And here's the part most people never hear. Once those signals change, the body responds fast, not in months, not in years, in days. That's where the simple 14-day protocol comes in. A clear plan, no extremes, no starvation, no complicated routines, no expensive supplements, no confusing rules. Just a structured reset that tells your body it's safe to release stored fat instead of protecting it. Over the next few minutes, you will learn exactly why your belly fat won't disappear, what mistakes keep it locked in place, and how a simple 2-week reset can restart your fat-burning system naturally. You'll learn what to remove, what to add, what to fix, and what to protect. You'll understand how small daily changes create big physical shifts, and you'll see why most people fail, not because they lack discipline, but because they follow the wrong strategy. Stay with this video until the end, because the final part reveals the exact structure of the 14-day protocol and how to apply it safely and simply in real life. This isn't hype. This isn't magic. This is biology, behavior, and consistency working together. If belly fat has been your hardest battle, this video will change how you see your body and how you approach fat loss forever. Welcome to our channel, where we break down real health truths in simple ways. If you want clear, honest guidance that actually works, subscribe now and become part of a smarter, healthier community that focuses on results, not trends. Belly fat is not just one simple layer of fat that sits on the body. It is made of different types of fat that behave in very different ways. And understanding this difference changes everything about how fat loss works. One type of fat sits just under the skin. This is called subcutaneous fat. You can pinch it. You can feel it. It moves when you touch it. This fat is more visible, but it is also more flexible. The body can use it for energy more easily. It responds better to walking, movement, clean eating, and calorie control. The second type of fat is much deeper. This is visceral fat. It does not sit on the surface. It sits deep inside the body, wrapped around the organs like the liver, intestines, and pancreas. You cannot pinch it. You cannot see it clearly from the outside, but it changes the shape of the stomach. It pushes the belly outward. It creates that hard, round belly that feels tight instead of soft. This fat is not just storage. It is active. It releases chemicals. It affects hormones. It changes how the body works from the inside. This is why visceral fat is more dangerous and also harder to lose. The body treats it differently. It protects it differently. It holds on to it for survival, not appearance. That is why people can lose weight in their face, arms, legs, and chest, but the belly stays the same. The body does not see belly fat as extra. It sees it as protection. The deeper the fat sits, the more the body defends it. Hormones play a huge role in this process. Fat storage is not controlled by exercise alone. It is controlled by signals inside the body. Insulin decides whether the body stores or burns fat. Cortisol decides where fat is stored. Leptin controls hunger and fullness. Ghrelin controls appetite. When these hormones are balanced, fat loss becomes easier. When they are not, fat loss becomes a fight. Stress raises cortisol levels. Cortisol tells the body to protect energy. It tells the body to store fat, especially in the belly. This is not a mistake of the body. This is survival programming. The body thinks stress means danger. Danger means food may not be available later, so it stores energy where it can access it fast, which is the abdominal area. Poor sleep increases cortisol. Mental stress increases cortisol. Overtraining increases cortisol. Undereating for long periods increases cortisol. All of these push fat toward the belly. At the same time, insulin plays another role. When sugar and refined carbs are eaten often, insulin stays high. High insulin blocks fat burning. It locks fat inside fat cells. It tells the body to store, not release. So even if calories are reduced, the body struggles to access stored fat. This creates a trap. People eat less, train more, but their hormones block fat burning. The body goes into protection mode instead of fat loss mode. Metabolism also adapts. The body is smart. It learns patterns. When someone diets over and over again, the body becomes efficient at surviving on less. It lowers energy use. It slows calorie burning. It conserves fuel. This is called metabolic adaptation. The body is not broken. It is protecting itself. When food is restricted too often, the body reduces its energy output. It burns fewer calories at rest. It reduces non-essential movement. It makes fat loss harder, not easier. This is why repeated dieting stops working over time. The same plan that worked before suddenly fails. The body has learned how to survive it. Belly fat benefits the most from this protection system. It is the last fat the body wants to release. It is the first fat the body wants to protect. The deeper the fat, the stronger the defense. Add stress, poor sleep, hormone imbalance, insulin resistance, and repeated dieting, and the body builds a wall around belly fat. This is why exercise alone doesn't work. Movement burns calories, but it doesn't fix hormonal signals. This is why clean eating alone doesn't work. Healthy food helps, but it doesn't reset stress hormones. This is why spot exercises fail. Muscles can grow, but fat loss is controlled by internal systems, not local movement. Belly fat becomes stubborn, not because the person is failing, but because the body is defending. It is responding to signals. It is following programming. Until those signals change, the belly stays the same. The body listens to safety signals more than effort. It listens to recovery more than punishment. It listens to balance more than extremes. When the body feels safe, it releases fat. When it feels stressed, threatened, tired, and restricted, it stores fat. This is the biological truth behind stubborn belly fat. It is not about motivation. It is not about discipline. It is not about trying harder. It is about changing the internal environment so the body no longer feels the need to protect fat storage. When the internal signals change, the physical body follows. One of the biggest mistakes people make is putting all their focus on crunches and ab exercises, believing that working the stomach muscles will remove the fat on top of them. But muscles and fat are two different systems, and working a muscle does not force fat to disappear from that same area. So people end up stronger underneath, while the belly fat on top stays exactly the same, which creates frustration and confusion because effort is being applied in the wrong place. Another common mistake is ignoring sleep and stress, even though these two factors quietly control fat storage more than most people realize, because lack of sleep increases hunger hormones, slows metabolism, and raises stress hormones that push fat into the belly area, while constant mental pressure, emotional stress, and overworking the body keep cortisol levels high, and high cortisol tells the body to store fat instead of burn it. Many people also make the mistake of eating the wrong types of carbs or too much sugar, even when they believe they are eating healthy, because not all carbs affect the body the same way, and frequent sugar spikes keep insulin high, which blocks fat burning and locks fat inside fat cells, especially around the stomach. Another major error is trying to fix diet without fixing movement, or fixing movement without fixing diet, because fat loss requires both systems working together, not separately, and when one is missing, progress slows or stops. Real change starts when people understand what actually works, not what sounds good. Fat cannot be spot reduced, no matter how many exercises target one area, because the body decides where fat is released based on hormones, energy balance, and internal signals, not based on where muscles are used. Fat loss happens when the body burns more energy than it stores over time, but this only works properly when the body feels balanced, not stressed, not exhausted, and not restricted. Visceral fat responds best to overall healthy habits, not extreme actions, because it reacts to lifestyle patterns, not quick fixes. When daily habits change, the body slowly changes where it stores fat and how it uses energy. This is where the simple 14-day protocol comes in as a reset, not a punishment. The first 7 days focus on cleaning the internal environment so the body feels safe enough to release stored fat instead of protecting it. Meals become simple and whole, based on real foods instead of processed products. Added sugars and sugary drinks are removed because they spike insulin and block fat burning. Protein and fiber increase to control hunger, stabilize blood sugar, and support metabolism. Water intake increases to support digestion, circulation, and fat metabolism. Daily walking or moderate cardio is added, not extreme training, just steady movement that tells the body it is active but not under threat. Sleep becomes a priority, with at least 7 hours each night, because recovery is when hormones reset and fat-burning systems activate. This first phase is not about burning fat aggressively, it is about resetting signals inside the body. Then days 8 to 14 shift into the burn phase, where the body is ready to release stored energy instead of protecting it. Strength training or short high-intensity sessions are added to increase muscle activity and metabolic demand, while the clean diet continues to support fat loss without stress. Daily stress management becomes part of the routine, even if it is simple breathing, quiet time, or mental rest, because a calm nervous system allows fat loss to happen faster. A calorie deficit is maintained gently, without extreme restriction, so the body does not enter survival mode. Progress is tracked using waist measurements, not just the scale, because fat loss can happen even when weight stays the same due to water shifts and muscle changes. Sleep and daily habits stay consistent because consistency is what trains the body to trust the process. Success is not measured only by the number on the scale, because the scale does not show fat distribution, hormone balance, or internal fat loss, and waist measurements give a clearer picture of what is actually happening in the belly area. Challenges will appear because the body does not change instantly. Results may feel slow at first because the body is adjusting internally before it changes externally. Plateaus can happen because the body adapts to new routines and needs time to respond. Progress is not always linear, And the key is persistence, not perfection, because consistency sends stronger signals than intensity, and steady habits reshape the body more powerfully than short bursts of effort. Real change doesn't come from extreme diets, punishment workouts, or short bursts of motivation. It comes from simple actions done the right way, in the right order, with consistency. The 14-day reset works because it changes the signals inside your body before it tries to change the outside. When you follow it correctly, your body stops defending fat and starts releasing it naturally. Progress may start quietly, but it builds fast when the system is aligned. Stay committed. Trust the process. Let your habits do the work. Drop a comment below and share your progress, even if it's just day one, because every step counts and every change matters. If this video helped you see belly fat in a new way, support the channel by liking this video, sharing it with someone who needs it, and subscribing for more simple, real health guidance that actually works. Your body can change, your habits can change, and your results will follow.